So Glad is a hybrid space. So it is the world's oldest LGBTQ2S bookstore, so established in 1970, which also makes it the oldest queer or trans business in Canada.
Just steps away from Church-Wellesley in Toronto, you'll find the Glad Day bookstore. It's been serving the community in this location for about a decade, but it's been operating in one form or another since 1970. However, the store's operators are warning their customers the shop is in jeopardy.
Coming out of the pandemic, we knew that it would be slow for us to return to pre-pandemic revenue levels, but it was a lot slower than we expected. And just as things were looking like they might get a little bit better, kind of last year, April, May, June, then the rampant inflation in the summer, people were really afraid, I think, to spend, and we've seen that continue. Our landlord has been quite patient with us, but our rent is $18,000 a month, right? So if we're short 20%, 30%, it doesn't take that long to get to $100,000, unfortunately.
The store's operators describing it as a mixed-use space that includes a bookstore, arts event space, and community center.
So, you could come here for a book launch, you could come here to find a locally made zine, you could come here for drag brunch, but you could also come here to get referrals to services and housing supports. Glad
Day now asking for help from the community, rolling out with a number of events and fundraisers.
We're hosting a Queer Euchre Night on June 18th, so again, free, and we'd love to get some Euchre fans out for that. And we'll be throwing together some last-minute auctions and fundraisers for our campaign, so if anybody's interested, watch our Instagram for that.
You walk into Glad Day and you're home. Whatever your purpose is, you get to have as much social and as much quiet as you want, with no obligation to be too loud, to buy too much stuff, and that's rare.
Obviously there's a mix of emotions. So on one hand, we're at a very fragile period, it's a scary time. But there's also a lot of hope and optimism.
Store staff telling us in the last 48 hours they've received over 1,400 donations. For City News, I'm David Zura.